Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we'll be doing a Game Week 18 team review as well as a Game Week 19 team selection. However, before we do, please remember to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. We will really appreciate it as we've got big plans for this channel going forward and it helps the YouTube algorithm. Also feel free to follow us on Twitter at FPL_A+ and join our FPL mini league. And by the way, Happy New Year. Hopefully 2023 holds big green arrows for you. Today's FPL trivia question is as follows. Which goalkeeper has achieved the most save points cumulatively after Game Week 18? The three options are as follows. Option A, Jordan Pickford. Option B, David Raya. Option C, Alisson Becker. Which of these three goalkeepers has achieved the most save points cumulatively after Game Week 18? Please stay tuned, we will reveal the answer at the end of this video. We carry on with our Game Week 18 team review. Kepa Arrizabalaga was so close to keeping a clean sheet as he conceded a late goal and only managed 3 points. Prior to this, Kepa was on a mammoth 10-point score. Trippier carried on his recent brilliant performances with another clean sheet and 2 bonus points for an 8-point score. While Cancelo was another victim for the second match in a row of Pep Roulette and did not play in the game or feature at all, and due to a lack of substitute defenders, he contributed 0 points to our starting team's points. Ben White was also quite unfortunate as he was substituted 20 seconds short of the 60-minute mark, whereafter Arsenal conceded a goal. If he had stayed on for 20 seconds longer, he would have earned clean sheet points as well. In the midfield, Mo Salah blanked for a 2-point score. Marcus Rashford was benched but then came on as a substitute and scored a goal for a 5-point score. Gabriel Martinelli carried on his blistering season with another goal and an assist for a great 10-point score. Phil Foden was again benched for the second match in a row and managed a 1-point score. Erling Haaland carried on his goal-scoring prowess of the season with another goal and 12 points as our captain. Darwin Núñez contributed to an assist and a 5-point score. Anthony Martial had quite a few shots on target but unfortunately blanked for a 2-point score. In total, our team managed 49 points, which is basically in line with the average score of 48. This, though mainly because we played 10 players, resulted in our team falling short of a green arrow, and we dropped slightly to around 25,203 in the world. While this is a bit of a disappointing week, it is understandable given that so many of the premium players blanked in this game week. If there was a game week in which to get a low score, then this was definitely the game week. We are still currently quite happy with where we are ranked, and the challenge is now to how we bounce back in the double game weeks that are following. This is the FPLA Super League standings currently. In first place we've got yours truly, followed by Jamie Duncan, who's closed the gap. Then we have got in third place Dennis Kuswanda. Fourth place goes to Pedro Azevedo. Fifth place goes to Mebli Mohammed Amar. In sixth place we've got Arnav Garg. 7th place goes to Mohammed Osman. In 8th place we've got Mohammed Omar. 9th place goes to Shazad Ahmed. And rounding up the top 10, in 10th place we've got Piyush Singla. Well done to everyone that's in the top 10. Those that are not in the top 10 yet, keep on pushing and your time will come soon. These are the Game Week 19 fixtures to target, color coded as you can see on the side. The two main fixtures to target at this stage are the two green fixtures, which is Manchester United fixture as well as the Manchester City fixture. You can pause the video here if you want to take a further look at these fixtures. But other than that, there's nothing else much to comment on this slide. These are currently the players on our watch list. The first player that we've got is a very popular transfer in this game week, despite having a disappointing game week 18 where he missed a penalty and scored a grand total of 0 points. Alexander Mitrovic, and the main reason why it's quite popular, as you can see, he has got a double game week. He plays Leicester and then Chelsea, and thereafter he's got a tough set of fixtures. But you would probably expect Leicester and Chelsea, between those two defenses, he would probably score 1 goal at least. So if you're looking for a good punt for a double game week, then Mitrovic is definitely up there. Then we've got Luke Shaw at 4.9 million, has got a great fixture. He started off after the World Cup in quite good form. He's played at centre back and managed to put in solid performances. And he's a bonus points magnet, so if you're looking for a James replacement, he's quite a popular choice, and his price is likely to rise, if not tonight, quite soon. Alexander Arnold at 7.2 million. He seems to possibly have regained his confidence back, and he's quite a streaky momentum player. If you're looking for some attacking defender to replace Reece James, Alexander Arnold could be a good choice. He's playing against Brentford and Brighton, which aren't the easiest of games, but if you're relying more on attacking threat, then Reece James definitely could provide you that. Next, we've got Mason Mount at 7.6 million. He's also got a double game week, which is a bit of a mixed bag. He plays Manchester City and then Fulham. You would expect him possibly to do well or score in that Fulham game. The Man City game could be a much tougher one. Then lastly, we've got Martin Odegaard at 6.5 million. If you are looking for a replacement for one of your midfielders that does not have a good fixture, Martin Odegaard has been one of the stars of the season. You would almost say that he's playing the best football currently that he's ever played, and for FPL points he's an absolute magnet, so he's definitely one of the stars that you would want to put in your team if you can afford him, or if you don't have any other Arsenal attackers in your team. The current transfer plan for game week 19 is as follows. None of these moves have been made yet, but are likely to be made. The transfer deadline there's a very short turnaround time. So this is the current thoughts and considerations, and it's a 2 transfer move. We've got 2 free transfers as we roll the transfer in the prior game week. Anthony Martial goes out, and Alexander Mitrovic with a double game week comes in. Reece James, who's currently injured and will be injured for a few more weeks, goes out, and the informed defender comes in the name of Luke Shaw. We have debated whether we should replace Reece James with another double game week player, which would most likely be a Chelsea defender. However, we feel that this is possibly a game week where some single game weekers could do better than the double game weekers. And if you look at Chelsea's fixture, they play Manchester City next. You don't expect them to keep a clean sheet there. Against Fulham, it's a good chance that Mitrovic and co could potentially score. So you might be potentially worse off by going for a double game week player in defense than going for a stronger defensive team that's got an easier fixture, such as Manchester United. This also leaves 0.4 million in the bank that could possibly allow further upgrades in a subsequent game week. The current game week 19 team is as follows. In goal, we've got Kepa Arrizabalaga. In defense, we've got Ben White. Then we've got João Cancelo and Luke Shaw. In midfield, we've got Mo Salah, Marcus Rashford and Gabriel Martinelli. We've also got Andreas from Fulham, who's got a double game week. Up front, the three strikers are Erling Haaland, Darwin Núñez and Alexander Mitrovic. Currently our captaincy is on Erling Haaland with the vice captaincy on Alexander Mitrovic. To be quite honest, this game week there is a bit of a captaincy dilemma. Alexander Mitrovic is likely also to be captained quite significantly by many FPL managers. However, if you look at the pedigree of the two players, you would have to definitely say that Erling Haaland is the better player. He's possibly got a tough fixture against Chelsea. However, that's the same match that Alexander Mitrovic has as well. The main question is, can Mitrovic score against Leicester? As you would expect Haaland to do better against Chelsea than what Mitrovic would do against Chelsea. It's not a confirmed decision. We could still go with Mitrovic. However, we are strongly favouring Haaland at this point. Other considerations for our team. We have started Ben White. You'll note that we have got Kieran Trippier, who has been brilliant all season, on the bench. The question is, will Kieran Trippier outscore Ben White? Firstly, the thought is that Newcastle will concede. That's not the big problem. The question is whether Kieran Trippier is likely to get any other form of returns, either a goal or an assist, and there is a good chance that he could. However, I'm quite confident that Arsenal are likely to keep a clean sheet and effectively shut Trippier out so that he probably gets a 1 or a 2 point score. The other dilemma that we are faced, you'll note we've got Phil Foden on the bench, where you would expect him to start this game week potentially, as he's been benched in the last 2 game weeks. The dilemma is that who do you bench, as you've got Andreas and Mitrovic with double game weeks, and you've got Martinelli who plays at home despite a difficult fixture potentially against Newcastle. He is more highly owned as a single game week player than many double game week players will be owned, and he is also currently very confident and in great form. We could potentially still do the switch. However, at this stage we are potentially favouring to start Gabriel Martinelli. Please comment down below what you believe would be the optimal starting team. Would you start Martinelli, or would you start Foden? Would you start White, or would you start Trippier? What would be your preferred order of starting versus bench player? We will now reveal our answer to the FPL trivia question that we asked earlier. The question that we had was, which goalkeeper has achieved the most save points cumulatively after game week 18? The 3 options were option A, Jordan Pickford, option B, David Raya, option C, Alisson Becker. Please comment down below if you got this answer correct or not. The answer to this question is as follows. David Raya achieved a total of 75 save points until the end of game week 18, followed by Jordan Pickford with 64 save points and Alisson Becker with 52 save points. That's it for this video. We hope you found it quite useful. Don't forget, this is a quick turnaround. Please make those transfers. All the best for game week 19, and until next time, cheerio!